We are live. Hello.
Hello.
If you can't have fun, don't do it.
Life is meant to be enjoyed.
It is. So I'm going to pop over here to Facebook really quick
All right.
and do the
Start
shares. I am Karen.
And I am Katrina.
And we thank you for joining us for an enchanted evening.
Absolutely. Enchanted evening.
Yes.
Ooh.
And there we are. Here's my shares going out. So hopefully everyone got out and got their lottery tickets for tonight.
I know we did.
Powerball is, what is it? $1 billion.
Yeah.
Billion.
Yeah.
And I could use that.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I mean, I'm okay, but I definitely.
It's like, I'll be out here tomorrow if I win that. I don't need all of it either. I'm not greedy.
Yeah. I know, me neither. And that's why I only win $50 or, it's like, I'm so happy with what I get. It's like, I really do need to have like a set, I got to manifest a set amount.
I think that's the problem. We're not manifesting. I'm just like, I'm going to win the jackpot. And,
right.
I just don't think that's enough.
No, that's what I told my husband. We've done a few money spells, but we don't have an amount. And we need to do that so we can focus on just.
Well, let me fix my money spell behind me. 1 billion. How's that? 1 billion. Of course, my kids would be knocking on the door. They live here.
Yeah. Well, that's just, I won't be able to tell my family I won.
Well, my kids live here, so they'll figure it out eventually. It's like, where's mom and dad? They haven't been home in weeks. Like, well, they're a little busy. We got a hello from a Facebook user. Hello, Facebook user. We're feeling very English this evening. Yes. All right, this is the last share, and we are ready. And ready to go and talk about our topic. But
I'm very excited about this. This is a good topic, I think.
Yeah. Copy the link. I just want to send this in Messenger to a couple of my groups. We did get, I'm in a group with some ladies. We call it the Magical Sisterhood of Abundance.
Oh,
and
nice.
We buy tickets together so that we can all share the abundance. We are not greedy. I also am starting a lottery pool with a few select people at work so that we can all, again, try. Because, if you even just buy one line for each drawing a person.
No, it definitely increases your chances of winning. So
right. And we're all in different, with my girls, we're all in different states.
Yeah.
So that's really cool because we have different chances for, I guess. I don't know if it helps or not. I know we just really,
It doesn't hurt. You can't win if you don't play. I keep telling my fairies.
And then we can move on. Hello, Jill.
Hi, Jill.
I know you guys can't see that because I'm on the Facebook page. So let me boogie back over to StreamYard. We got another hello.
Hello.
We got another hello from Shelly. I don't know why StreamYard just like bounces back and forth. I'm hot because the sun goes down behind me and it's shining on the back of my head. And I'm sitting here sweating, but I'm afraid to turn on my fan because my abundance
candle
thing is right underneath of it. And I've already had a little mishap, guys. Kind of funny story. I was putting together my manifestation plate for abundance, and I got everything all set up, lit the candle, and I went to light the Palo Santo that had gone out, the Palo Santo incense cone. And I'm thinking to myself, wow, wouldn't it be awful if I caught the winning lottery ticket on fire, or wouldn't it be my luck to catch the winning lottery ticket on fire? Yeah, we see you now, Shelly. And I swear to you, when I went to relight the Palo Santo, I lit the corner of the lottery tickets on fire. So it caught the three of them on fire, and I'm scrambling to try and put them out before they burst completely into flames because they caught off of an ash. So they were like that smoldery kind of thing. They
Right.
weren't actually flames. So I'm
Right.
trying to put it out, but there's crystals on top of it, and I'm trying not to knock the whole plate over and set my table on fire. And I finally get them and out from under the crystals, and I put them out. Let me make sure they went all the way out. All right, they're still there. So yeah, 3 of my lottery tickets that are on my money manifesting plate have a burnt corner. So if the universe manifested that I caught the winning lottery ticket on fire, because that was my thought at the moment, one of those tickets is the winner. So I'm just saying,
That'd be
that out.
awesome.
One of those tickets is the winner.
That would be good. That's what I'm thinking.
I'll take it. I'll take it because I consulted my pendulum last week on Monday, and I asked the pendulum, or earlier this week, I said, asked if my ticket was going to be the winning ticket for that day, and it told me straight up, nope. But I asked if I would win a lottery jackpot by the end of the year, and it said yes. So
nice.
There's that.
Yep, absolutely.
There's hope. So I'm kind of
there
just
is hope. That. There is hope for sure. Well, there's always hope.
There's always hope. Yes, if nothing else, we always have hope. So yeah, we can see you. So I guess we can get started. We have we have 2 people. I don't know where everybody went that was here.
No, they'll get there. They'll figure it out.
They'll figure it out. So yeah, let's all take a second and just pull in that energy and kind of just send out some good luck, some abundance, and some love to all of us, to each other. So let's all do that. Just take a second. So be it.
So be it.
Wow, I just got like totally relaxed when I did that. That was just like, I just took this big deep breath.
Right.
All right, now I can just let go of all the other shit going on and concentrate on what matters.
Yep, exactly.
And I got to get back to that. I got to get back to that. So
yeah,
I hope everyone is feeling the love and the good energy, and we can talk about stuff. What are we going to do?
Well, we're going to talk about the other side. And I don't mean my other side, but I mean what happens to us when we die. Now, the things we're going to talk about, some people may not agree with it. Some people might question it. That's fine. Always take in what feels right. Leave out what doesn't. That's growth. I know a lot of things I've learned have changed, they've grown because we get little bits, and then we find out, oh, okay, there's more to that. And nothing's ever black or white, so there's always many variables, and there's never an absolute yes or an absolute no. Okay. Yeah, so this shows just an interest and take on, and it helps too with fear. I find a lot of people fear death. I mean, I used to as a child, and me asking my guides when I was little helped me, because fear is destructive. It isolates us, it separates us, and then fear, of course, feeds on itself. And if we let it, it becomes our constant companion. Now we've all experienced fear. And some fears are so deep-seated in our brains that we aren't even sure where they come from. But unfortunately, we can't fight fear. But knowledge is power.
Mm-hmm.
And the more we fear something, the more we owe it to ourselves to learn about it. Because the more you know, the less power it has over you. And that's the more confidence you'll have to face it. So I figure if everyone knows, kind of has an idea of what happens, because my mother's kind of going through this right now, because my mom has stage 4 cancer and she's dying,
Mm-hmm.
and she's getting really scared, you know, and I get that, you know. So you know, it definitely takes courage to really look beyond our own 3D world and know that something greater exists.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm like Jill. I don't really fear death for myself because of
Hmm.
my beliefs. Um, I fear it for the people you leave behind.
Yeah, of course.
Because your children, and how it will affect them. That's my issue with death is like, I've led a really good life. Um, but I worry about them. So that's another.
Well, that's a thing too, which we will discuss, like with Jill's question here. And absolutely, when we pass, we have free will, even in death. But we can linger, we can help with we can watch our family and friends, we can help them. Um, but then eventually when we do decide to cross over, we can learn, and we can
Mhm.
actually come back as guides or protectors for our loved ones and stuff. Oh, well, thanks, Shelley. I appreciate that a lot. I really do. It's been rough, but yeah, thank you. Um, Now the other side is where actually the other side is where spirits actually come from when we enter the womb, waiting to be born. It's where our spirits go when we die. Now, it's also known as heaven, paradise. There's many different things people call it. And it's more stunningly beautiful than even our earthly minds can imagine. And then we usually we always picture heaven as being out there, right? Above the stars and in a different galaxy. But actually, the truth is the other side is right here among us. It's just in another dimension. It's about 3 feet above the ground, and this is why too. Some people will see ghosts, and it almost looks like they're not walking; they're like gliding. You know, that's because you're seeing into that dimension. It's a vibrational frequency. It's much higher than ours, which is why many don't perceive it. But people like me do, or like Karen, anyone with any psychic abilities can sense it, see it, feel it. Um, It's also it's why when people explain near-death experiences, it's so often why they see a tunnel or a bridge. It doesn't go up, but it goes across.
Oh, this is so interesting. I've never heard it described like that.
Yeah, yeah. I got all of my information comes from my mentors, who channeled to their guides and angels, and then my experiences. Because I learned some stuff, and then I asked my guides, my angels, growing up, and they would kind of tell me how things kind of work over there and what it's really like. But it is interesting because you're just like, oh, that makes so much more sense. It did me at like least.
Right.
When I learned about how yeah, it's with the tunnel or the bridge, and it's like it goes across, it doesn't go up.
Right.
you
Like
know
we talk about for pets, the Rainbow Bridge.
yes, the
And
rainbow
it does, you're
bridge.
right. It doesn't go up. It's just
No, it goes across. Yeah, because it's right here. And that's why our loved ones, we can see them sometimes, or hear them, or feel them, or whatever, smell them. Yeah, it's just they're not very far away. You just have to be on the right frequency. It's like one of my friends so elegantly put, that our tears put out their candles. That's why we can't see them or feel them, because our vibrations are low. And if your vibrations are low, you're not going to be able to, because they can't come down. You
I
have to
got a
go.
really cool book. I was trying to find it. It's called Walking the Twilight Path,
Ooh, that's cool.
a Gothic Book of the Dead. And it
Mm-hmm.
describes death as just a spiritual transformation.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to, but first you have to understand it, so that you don't fear it. And I started to read
Mhm.
it and I realized where I am in my journey, I am not ready. I am not
Yeah.
ready for this book. But I do that with a lot of books. I have hundreds of books. I
Oh,
love
no,
books.
yeah, I'm the same way, but you
I
will
do. I
be.
absolutely adore books,
Maybe after
and
today, after discussion
I
today,
want
you
to. I
will.
want to learn, and but sometimes it's like a tarot deck. I
Yeah,
have so many decks, and I pick them up, and I'm like, no, I'm not ready for this deck. Like I'm still not ready for that fairy deck you gave me. I'm
really.
intrigued by it, but I'm not ready to use it.
Okay.
It's a
Yeah,
very,
maybe
very difficult deck to
it is. It is.
work with. Um, yeah, it is a really interesting book. I'm like on page, oh God, I'm on page 18 and I already stopped. So it's a nice thick book. It's very interesting. The reason I stopped is because it started getting into the ceremonies that
Oh,
they want you to do, and
mm,
I'm not ready for those ceremonies yet.
yeah.
So I want to reread the first part of the book before I venture any further. But all I can tell you guys is, you know what? Invest in books. Books are your gateway to the world. It is called Walking the Twilight Path. I will put it in the comments. It is by Michelle Bellinger. Really good book. Go on Amazon. I mean, it's a $20 book. I probably paid 15 bucks for it on Amazon. If you have Prime, free shipping. Some other really interesting books I just picked up. I was sharing with Katrina. Among some of the many, I got Light Messages from the Pleiades, a new matrix of galactic order, because I'm super interested in star seeds and things like that. And then Becoming Supernatural. This is a New York Times bestseller, by Dr. Joe Dispenza. It's how common people are doing the uncommon. It's all about manifesting, using your own mind and your own powers to manifest what you want.
Mm,
Um, I'm super excited about that one. Hay House has it right now on sale for, at least when I bought it a couple days ago, $10 with free shipping. So sign up for Hay House. Go on Amazon. Yeah, I get Hay House is amazing. I get some
yeah.
great offers. I'm also truly blessed that I have a friend who works at Barnes and Noble
Oh, yeah.
who gets a great discount, and she does occasionally share it with me. And so
Nice.
I am spoiled. But I'm a book nerd. I love books. And I've gotten to the point where I no longer lend them out because I never get them back.
No, that's where
So
I'm at too. I've
yeah,
decided I'm done.
I do love to share them. Like I
I
ordered
have
a
so
book
many
and
books.
I loaned it to a client today, and he said, "Do you want this back?" I'm like, "No," because I'll never see it anyway. Just keep
Yeah,
it. You need it, whatever.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I decided today. I'm very generous with books, but the problem is they don't come back. And then I don't
they never do, and
remember.
they're expensive.
Yeah, and I don't remember who I lent it to or
Yeah.
anything until I need it. Because my books I have they're all referenced, and I do
I'll
need
tell
them.
you what, Barnes and Noble is online, and I'm a freak about like price comparison. Like when I shop on Instacart, I have a window open for Aldi and a window open for Sam's or Meijer or whatever, and I compare prices. If I can save 50 cents, I'm gonna fucking buy it from the cheaper place. But with the cost of food nowadays, you have to. But Barnes and Noble, they're fantastic because their prices are just about the same as um, Amazon. So if you have a Barnes and Noble account, you spend over $25, you get free shipping. Plus, they have deals all the time where buy one book, get one 50% off. And you're not going to get that on Amazon. So always check the price on Barnes and Noble and then check it on Amazon and then go for the best deal.
Yep.
Yeah,
Sounds
all
good.
about saving money and building your library, because that's what,
Yeah.
that's how you learn. The internet is great, but reading is such a different experience. At least for me, like I said, I'm a book nerd. I have a Kindle. I don't use it. I want to hold that book. I want to turn those pages. I do use the Kindle, but I really prefer a book. Books make me sleep. That's why I read before I go to bed. I try to read for at least 15 minutes every night before I go to bed.
Good thing to do.
Audiobooks, I can't do them. I don't like them. I think it's because I listen to people talk so much that I just tune them out. You know what I'm saying? An audiobook, the squirrels start, running through my brain, and I realize I haven't heard the last 10 minutes of what they said.
Right.
And I do get it. I don't even know what that is. I do get that some people like them. Like you travel, like Shelly, you travel quite a bit to get to work. You have a lot of drive time to do that. I barely have time to make a phone call and I'm at work, you know. And even last night I was reading a new book called Switch Words, 67 words that will change your life. And hang on. I'm just dealing with people. I just don't like people anymore. They just annoy me. But yeah, like I was reading this book and several times I had to go back because I realized I just read 3 pages and didn't have any idea what I just read. And that's a real problem for me because I'm always distracted. My mind has a mind of its own. So anyway, I digress. Let's get back to death and what happened. I am so sorry I did that. I just totally just stole the platform.
That's quite all right. It's quite all right. So spirits, I guess, when they're on the other side, they don't just lie around playing harps all day. They actually, there's jobs we can do in heaven. In fact, they're constantly being active and stimulated through work, through research. They teach, they do crafts. Boredom does not exist in the other side. And spirits also create inventions, medical cures, great music and art. And then they are able to transmit them telepathically to those on Earth who can make them a reality. And there's no negativity either on the other side. There's no aggression, no ego, no jealousy, no pride, no judgment. These are all human-made, not God-made. And our purpose actually in coming to Earth is to learn and gain knowledge by experiencing things. And then, like I said, how do we know this? Well, like I said, there's been many renowned psychics. Sylvia Browne is one. Talking about books. Sylvia Browne's a good book to get. I met her, know her. She passed away, but she was a wonderful, wonderful human being. But she talked a lot about heaven and what happens to us when we die. But people, there's actually people who do, they go through hypnotism, they get hypnotized and they see their death and they describe it, what it's like. People will ask them questions and they'll answer. There's many books like that. Wow, you could get. And of course, for me, I have many experiences, with my guides and angels and experiences with all kinds of things. Like when I was 7, I asked my spirit friends, why is life so hard? And they answered to me, and what have you learned from these struggles? And it's like, wow, you know what? At that time, I really didn't get it.
Ooh, that's a good question.
Yeah. You get choices. You absolutely. It depends on what happens here. Like I said, yeah.
Didn't you already sign a contract before you came here, though?
Yeah, but if you don't, yeah, there's all kinds of things too. Because if you don't, if you sign this, yes, we'll get into that here. Okay. Yeah, you sign a contract, and if you don't fulfill the contract, you have to come back and do it again.
Right.
So as long as you can't just say, "Hey," I mean, you can. There are circumstances where you can say, "I don't want to come back to Earth," and you won't. But then again, that's where your growth stops. Then you're not
Right.
going to, you have to learn through school and, and it's not as fast, and you don't earn your, I guess, your wings, as they say, for that, if that makes sense. But sometimes we know what we want to do. And so, but yeah, let's see here, where I wrote some stuff down so I wouldn't lose track of my
I'm
thought.
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm always derailing things.
Um, Demons are elementals. They're not spirits.
Right.
Spirits, yeah, are completely different than angels, and yeah, it's a whole. They have their own place. They're not, definitely. Hi, Billy. Demons are not anywhere near the other side. It's only for human spirits and animals. If animals weren't there, I wouldn't want to go.
Exactly. Exactly. My dogs, my hamsters, my cats better fucking be there.
Exactly. Exactly. But basically, I learned what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So when we don't learn from never having any hurdles in our life, we learn from overcoming the hurdles. That's why we're here on earth. And that's why once we do that, there are bad angels. They're fallen angels. But listen, angels aren't spirits. Angels aren't
Right.
dead. They're energy. Angels don't live in the same dimension as the other side. Only guides and teachers and spirits. There's no angels there. Angels are above that. They're actually in the cosmos.
But aren't we
Um,
all aren't we are energy though? Isn't
yeah,
our spirit energy? So
yeah.
we're just on a different, like I was just reading some stuff about ascension where there's the different planes, and we are definitely below, the angels.
We're below. We're like we're the first tier.
Yeah, we're like
In
like
many
the bottom
dimensions.
section of the pyramid. We're holding the rest of that shit up like
We
this.
are, we are, exactly. Yeah. And on heaven, it's beautiful. I mean, it's like a Greek Renaissance painting, if you can imagine. But yeah, there's buildings, there's trees, there's water, mountains. It's full of nature. It's beautiful. It really is. And yeah, and then there's humans and animals, and there are other type of um, spiritual beings that are there. They're teachers, teachers and guides. They're there to help, because there's many levels to souls, which we'll get into here. But yeah, because there's each time we reincarnate, we get, like, we level up, and it's like, new souls have an aura of white, where a soul that's 1,000 years old would probably be, at that point, would be a gold color. As they ascend, they get darker colors like blues and purples. If you see a being that's blue or purple, they are the highest spiritual being. It's the highest you can get, and they become teachers. They're the ones that help us become like that.
Okay.
If everyone understands that.
So if you've reincarnated multiple times but haven't ascended, that means you're not doing it right.
Exactly. It
Oh
means that,
shit.
yeah, you're doing something, and you got to repeat it. You got to. That's just how it works. It's how we grow. Because we learn from it. So, yeah, I mean, it takes guts to come here. It really does,
Right.
is a thing. And like I said, reincarnation, I firmly believe in it. Growing up Catholic, I never understood how a loving God could be able to judge our success in just one trip, one life, one short life,
Mm-hmm.
and decided from that one life if we belonged in heaven or hell. But I had, like I said, I had spirit. Yes, it's limitless, Jill. So I had spirit friends who would tell me about my past lives. And listen, the spirits on the other side, they're energy. That's all they are. And energy cannot be destroyed, only transformed. We're energy. And that's why when we die, our body dies, but our spirit does not. It moves on. Now, this is the blueprint. So once we decide to come back to Earth, we create a blueprint based on where we're most interested in experiencing and learning to overcome. And the blueprint includes many things from the kind of parents, families, relationships, childhoods. We get to pick our career paths, our health, our finances, even the length of time we're here. And we also select an option line. And it's the area in which we feel we have the most to learn. And therefore will be especially challenged by us while we're here. And I bet if you look close at your life, there's one item that you just can't seem to get right, no matter how hard you try, whether it be in finances, love, career. But don't panic if that's happening to you. You did choose it. So think of it as a subject that you decided to major in so that you can one day master.
Oof.
In addition to, we make sacred contracts with other spirits to watch over us, to help us, to protect us, to advise us through the journey we're about ready to take. Plus, we'll sign contracts. Like if we want to know what a heartbreak feels like, one of our spirit friends will say, I'll be the one that breaks your heart. And okay, so you sign a contract with that person.
Oh.
Yeah.
So how do we know what we chose? Shelley asked. Look at
That's
your life.
We get amnesia. It's like we get all this stuff and information before we come here. I mean, we watch it's like a movie. We get to see ahead of time. This is called, I can't remember the name of it. They call it it's kind of like premonition. They have a special name for it, but it's like watching instead of a past life, you're watching your life ahead, and so that's why we get feeling of deja vu so often. Is that because we've already seen it.
That explains a lot. But why the hell would why would we choose?
I know. Well, because it's the greatest lesson. Because you sign up when you're up there. It's like you're at a university.
So are we really bored up there or what? It's like, yeah, I think I want to lead a life of loveless misery so that I can learn, I don't know.
Well, it's like this. It's like, they'll say to you, hey, do you want your soul to ascend here? You'd be like, yeah. Okay.
So basically you have to suffer, kind of like the Catholic religion. You have to suffer to move up. You have to go through it to be able to help others as your spirit guide.
If you look at it, it's like you're going over hurdles to learn. You're growing. Right. The angels always told me they don't believe in obstacles. They're opportunities to be better. So, damn it, I'm so sick of this thing beeping in.
Is it you or me? Because I keep hearing the beeping. Okay.
I don't know how to turn it off, but
I'm not that popular, so
I didn't think I was, but I keep getting these freaking Facebook Messenger stuff popping up.
Is it one particular group or is it just a bunch of people?
Well, it's one particular group and then it's a bunch of other people.
Oh, so you can pull, what you can do is go into Facebook, open that chat, and if you click on the little down arrow to right next to the name of the chat, a box will pop up next to it and you can scroll down where it tells you you can mute the chat. And you click on that and it will give you the option of muting it for an hour, 8 hours, or 24 hours.
Okay.
I have certain chats that get super, super insanely busy at 7 p.m. every night. So before I do my live, I will go in and mute them for an hour.
Yeah, I need to do that. I'll do that next time. I will definitely do that.
All right.
Now, I got to experience death firsthand when I watched my mother-in-law pass away. It's a really interesting story. We were with her and all of a sudden I just saw like a crack in the wall kind of form and open, and there was this bright yellow light that kind of come out, and I could see these shadows moving through the light, and I see these beings come out, and I recognized one of them right away as being her dad. And I see, of course, Archangel Azrael, and then I start seeing her mom and her brother, and of course she reaches up. Now she was unresponsive, she was on life support, and she wasn't, because we were going to turn the machine off. And my husband grabbed her arm and goes, "Mom, what are you doing?" And I go, "Leave her alone. She's talking to her angel." And I watched them come, and they were talking to her, and I saw her soul. I saw her soul sit up and get off the bed and walk away with them, very happy. She's loved her dad and her brother very much, and missed her. Her mom died when she was like 14. So yeah, she was very happy. And of course, her body died a little bit later. And that's why too, the angels always told me that the soul never knows death. The soul is always taken before. And that's why so many often people will tell me, nurses will tell me, that they can tell there's no soul in that body before that body dies, because you can feel the energy's gone. Hi, Nova.
Hi, Sid.
Now, I also learned later as well that not everyone sees their loved ones when they cross over. It depends how often how many times you're reincarnated. If you've reincarnated like a million times, well, you certainly don't need to see your loved ones, and angels come for you every time.
Right.
You'll do the journey alone because you know what to do, where to go. It's new souls that need the angels and the loved ones to help them, because sometimes souls get disoriented, and they don't know what to do. And they feel this pulling, which we'll get into in a little bit here. I have some accounts from people having near-death experiences under hypnosis, that they tell us what it's like to die and how the soul feels. But my angels told me, like with Mary, she was a new soul. And that's why she needed, because I asked, who's going to come get me? And they were like, no one. And I'm like, what? Like, why? And they explained to me, you're an old soul. You know what to do.
You are. I know I personally have known you for lifetimes, but you are a way, way, way older soul than me. You were like kind of sent here to be my guide on this planet, I think. I really do. But we've known each other for quite some time.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. But yeah, and that's why I don't need, I'll die and my soul will just go right over the bridge and right be like, hey guys, I'm here,
I'm here.
What else? And also too, when we're gonna get kind of into, yeah, I know it is awful to watch someone die. But yeah, they don't experience that. The body never, even the car accidents, all that. The soul is taken before the death, because the soul never knows. Because that would be so hard to heal from, I think, is the thing. Because there's a process when we pass, which I'll get into that as well, about the healing room and about souls actually being reformed or reconstructed. So because there's a lot, I mean, there is so much, and there's so much more I'm learning and from this. It's really neat.
Hi, Deidre. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, I'm so sorry you watched. It sucks. It's hard. I did not. After I witnessed that, I had to leave the room and sob for a while. But and I couldn't stay with her while they turned her off. I mean, even though I knew she, but it was just I'm an empath, so the family weeping and crying hurt. So I had to get away. But
and see, that's what I mean. Why I'm not worried about what happens to me.
Right.
But I worry about the
others. Yeah. Well, that's this thing too. Like your soul, you can stick around. You can offer comfort. Archangel Azrael, that's what he does. He's known as the angel of death, but he's not the Grim Reaper. He doesn't kill us, but he helps with comforting, helping other people. And this shows like this help people have that comfort, knowing that their family member is doing just fine. To us, we're sad, but to them, it's a reunion. They're back home.
Right.
And the best way you can know how many past lives you had is to either have like a past life regression, Meditate on it. You can ask your guides. That's what I do. I just kind of talk to my guides. I'll ask to see past lives, and I'll see them. Oftentimes, if you feel a connection to a certain place, a certain time, that's a good indication you were there.
Right.
You know,
I wanted to have a past life regression, and I had been talking about it, and I was going to do it, and then I just had a spontaneous past life regression while meditating, and I saw 3 past lives, and Katrina was in one of them.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
that was
we were
awesome.
sisters.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah,
was in
that's
medieval
awesome.
times with her. We were sisters.
I
We
can
were
see that. I love medieval
decently
times.
close to royalty by the way we were dressed.
Of course.
Of
We
course.
have to be.
Yeah. We were definitely royalty. And one was the eruption of Mount Vesuvius in Pompeii. I was there and survived, obviously, again, because we were well-to-do. We were rich. We were out watching it from like a boat.
Yeah.
And then the third one was I was in the Roman Colosseum.
Ooh.
When there were chariot races going on, and it was,
Oh.
People are like, oh, it was just a dream. It's like, no, past life regression, you're not participating.
Right.
It's like you're watching, you can't see yourself. You are not physically in the dream, but it's like you're watching everything go on, but you can feel, you can smell, you can hear. I could hear people screaming as they died in the eruption. I could smell the sulfur.
Yeah.
I could feel the heat. I could hear the rocks being thrown from the volcano and hissing as they hit the water around us. And it was, but I wasn't scared because my soul knew I had already survived it. It was just showing me this experience. The same with the Roman Colosseum. I could smell the horses sweating. I could see the races. I could hear the rumble of the tire, those tires over the ground. I could feel the hoof beats, it was so it was terrifying and interesting at the same time, because I didn't know what it was immediately, but I figured it out, and it was all like one right in a row after the other. It wasn't separate.
Right.
I was like, and it just was like, boom, boom, boom. I'm like, oh yeah, that's what a past life regression looks like.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. So I know I've been here at least 3 times.
Yeah. Yeah. You never know, because it just depends. I've had several, all over the board, all over different time, frames. And, it's just one, I had an interesting one, actually. I had a dream. It had to have been, I would think, in the 50s. And I remember I was with a bunch of people I didn't know, and we were looking at a map over the hood of this car. And we were treasure hunters. I was a treasure hunter in the 50s. And so the odd thing was, I was telling my husband about it, and my stepdaughter found a picture that looked like me, of this lady from the 40s. She looked just like me. And so we did research on her, found out she lived in Washington State, and she was a treasure hunter.
No kidding.
Yeah. And she died in the late 60s. And I was born in 72.
No, there you go, dude. There you go. The proof is in the pudding.
Yeah.
Shelly, or Deidre, you can do it for yourself.
Absolutely. We have the information. You just have to ask yourself.
But if you can't, there are people that can help you do that. But
if you live around Erie, I have a friend who does past life regressions, which is
that would be really cool. But
we should do that sometime when you're here.
We should do that next time I'm there. Let's go do it. Does she do hypnosis?
I'll get a hold of Sydney and find out what she does for a group.
Yeah, that would be so interesting to do that, to see if it coincides with what I already experienced. That would be really cool. Yes, let's do that.
So yeah, and they're good people. So yeah, absolutely. I'll ask her for sure. She might even be watching this, so I don't know. She might get a hold of me.
Oh yeah, could we do it on a live? Could we do it on a live and like pay her as a group? Or does she just do it in person? Find out. That would be so interesting.
Well, I'll find out. I think it's because she hypnotizes you. They put you on.
and that's why I am signing up for some hypnotism. And it's not only for this, it's, it's mental health, to work with hypnotism, but I'm like, I'm also doing the past life regression. So I want to be able to do that,
Yeah.
which would be really cool. So yeah, talk to her and find out. After
Okay.
we're done
Yeah.
with this, we're going to set a date anyway. We're going to
Okay.
set a date for next month, because if I
Yeah.
don't,
I
it's not
know.
going to happen.
Nova and Jim have been asking, and I'm like, I don't know.
I don't know anybody. I know I'm so bad. It's like, yeah, what's our schedule look like? Always busy. Always
Yeah.
fucking
No,
busy.
that's it. I know. It's crazy. It's
Yeah, her
crazy.
and I used to get together like once a month.
Yeah,
I'd drive
easy.
down there and visit, and now it's like I haven't seen you in so long,
It's
other
been a
than
couple
virtually.
months.
But
But
I
yeah,
want to give you a
right. But
hug. I miss you so much,
oh,
and
I miss you. I love it when you come here. I know.
I
I
know
think it's actually.
I changed my schedule so I have Fridays off, so I can
Oh,
actually come
okay.
down on a Friday if you don't have appointments, and we can
Yeah.
spend
I'll
a
clear
little
my
extra time
schedule.
together.
Yeah, I would love that. I would love that. I'll clear my schedule for you.
Yeah, I would
Oh,
love to do that. Maybe I don't know anybody in Washington, but I know there's always the fear of, people that are scammers and things like that. So maybe we can find somebody with good reviews, and help you find somebody. Deidre, I will let you know. Deidre, where are you? I don't remember where you are. You're not far. You're not that far from me, are you?
yeah. Erie's not too
If
far
you're, yeah, I'm
from.
in Cleveland area,
Yeah,
but I
it's
don't
probably
remember where you are.
maybe
I know
one
Deidre
more.
from another group,
Yeah, I think
that we're in
Cleveland's
together.
only might be an hour from Erie. To be honest, it's not that far.
I
Um,
miss you too, Nova. I know that's you.
I
I
know,
can't wait to
right?
see you. I get to go down there. I not only get to hang out with Katrina, but I get to hang out with Nova and Jim, who
We
are her best
can have the
friends, and they are
same.
just beautiful, wonderful people. I
Oh,
love you guys. I miss you.
we love you and miss you. Yeah, we can look the same. If you've ever looked at, like, I love looking at these pictures of like celebrities, and
Yes.
looking that you see like what's his name, Nicholas Cage as a Civil War soldier. Absolutely, we can have very much. If we can pretty much we pick what we want to look like, and if we
Yeah.
like a certain look, we can keep picking that.
Oh, Missouri.
Um,
Sorry. My bad.
yeah, no, that's far.
I don't even know where that is on the map. I'm terrible with geography.
It's nowhere near Erie.
Nowhere near here, Karen. Yeah, I know that. Did you do
All right.
something with her?
So
Please.
getting back
Get out
on
of
the soul thing. So when you die, you're going to feel a pulling sensation. It's kind of lifting. It's going to lift you up through the top of your head, actually. And your soul actually looks like a piece of string. Hi, Mary.
Hi, Mary.
It looks like a string of light, and it actually starts out kind of small, and it'll get longer and bigger as you kind of get more aware of that. You're dead, and now you're a soul. Okay, there's no pain. You feel weightless. And you'll start feeling yourself being kind of pulled towards a bright light. Now, like I said, we have free will, so you can stay. You can decide when you want to go. You're always going to feel that tug or always feel that calling, but you can, you'll know, like it's like you'll instantly know and remember things. It's just weird. When we let go of the body and the ego, it's like the amnesia, kind of the veil comes off. We're like, oh yeah. Then we're like, fuck, I gotta do this again. What the fuck was I doing, right? But so but yeah, and then this is usually a time where most people, after they want to be with their friends and family, and they're with them for several days, usually until after your body is buried. And then normally that's when most souls will go to the other side. Now, people always associate death as losing our life force, when actually it's completely the opposite. Our body dies, but the souls actually they go back towards where we came from. Death isn't actually darkness; it's actually light. Like I said, we'll enter a tunnel, we'll enter a bridge, whatever it is. It's always a long kind of thing that we will walk over or kind of float through, and it's very close to Earth. Now, as you leave the tunnel or bridge, you'll notice it'll be really foggy. And you won't be able to see much, but you're going to be able to feel and hear. And you'll hear voices. You're going to feel love. You're going to feel companionship. You're going to feel empathy. And these are basically all your loved ones' thoughts. They're waiting for you. And there's many things that happen through here. It just depends on what you've, what you experience along the way. So eventually, though, we get through the fog. That's when you're greeted by your loved ones. And you spend time with them, and they welcome you back and everything else. And then eventually you go through kind of like a life review. And this is like something that's been explained, but very generically. And I'm going to get more in depth with you about this. Now, depending on the severity of your actions here on Earth, like if you were a murderer, you have to go to a healing house with a teacher. Like I said, the teachers are the highest spiritual beings on the other side. They're usually a purple energy. And you have to go through extensive healings. And sometimes they'll make you come back as a victim, which often makes me wonder, like people that are here that are victims, or even animals who are abused, was that a soul that abused animals? Was that a soul that was a murderer? You know, it kind of makes you wonder. Whoop.
It's so interesting because my mic was accidentally muted. That's why.
Did you all hear me?
No sound. We heard you, man. I just hit a button and screwed shit up again. But that's so interesting. And I've thought about that. You know, I'm like, who would choose? Who would choose to come back as an abused animal? Who would choose to come back? And I believe that it's karmic debt. It's karmic debt that you and you don't. You don't have a choice. That's part of the learning. That it's just like having detention. You just got detention, dude, and you don't have a choice. And I believe that. I believe that's true. Yeah, because nobody would choose to come back. And then maybe somebody that was a victim chooses to come back, and their choice is that I want to be a teacher to other people who are abusers, or something. I don't know. It's you could go down a rabbit hole with this.
Oh, you can. I have. So trust me, I have. But
such a rabbit hole.
But that's the thing too. Like I said, there's never any definite, there's many variables, and there's many things we don't know. Like I said, I'm not privy. I even other psychics, when it comes, because we've asked what happens in these healing rooms, and we're not told. I mean, God knows, we don't, and it's kind of scary, to think about.
Well,
but
I think that's kind of, in my personal opinion, that is kind of the definition of hell.
For sure.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I don't believe that there is a heaven up there and a hell down there. And if you're bad, you're going to go to hell. I don't think that, but I believe that you have options of where you're going, and you screw up. You have to go to this teaching room, and that is your hell.
For sure. Just like, exactly.
But that is not actually the hell. The hell is when you have to come back.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? The suffering, that's part of the situation. The suffering is when you come back.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Yeah. And then sometimes too, like the soul is so far gone, or so much of a removed from humanity, that they call it a remodeling. I found this interesting. And this is where the soul gets, like, they call it an essence bath, which just sounds beautiful and wonderful, but basically it sounds like a spiritual enema, where this kind of vaporous energy that's like the color of like fire, it enters you, and it just kind of ignites everything inside you, and kind of like, which fire
burns it all away.
Yeah. Which fire is very cleansing. That's kind of where I think where the fires of hell kind of come from too, with the Bible.
There you go.
I think it's this, which has been explained. But yeah, it goes in the soul and it just burns out all the negativity, all the dark, all the ugliness,
Right.
so that they're fully cleansed and they're bathed. Now, accordingly, the soul, it doesn't hurt the soul. Like they say that soul doesn't, it
Doesn't feel
actually,
pain.
right, it doesn't feel pain. It actually feels refreshed after like a good bath, but there's no water, right?
Right.
But yeah, it's kind of interesting. I know, so it would feel good, right?
Yeah.
But it would help. Yeah, souls never punish. Like there's no punishment, for souls. We fuck up, it's no big deal. We just have to redo it, right? We get to
Do it
the
again.
important thing is we learn from our mistake, just like we do here. And if we don't, we have to, it's just part of the process of learning, so that we can be better people.
And better souls. I mean,
Yeah.
I think that's the whole purpose of it is, it's kind of like we're like an experiment almost,
Yeah.
And if we want to get to that highest plane of spiritual ascension, you're not born into it. You have to earn it.
No.
It's like earning your wings, angels earning their wings.
Yes.
Saints being, you have to earn it. You have to go through all these things to learn the lessons.
Just like now, you have to do the work. It's very similar.
Yeah,
for sure. You got to do the work in order to get the credit, right? To get the points.
Yep. Just like it's like college again, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, it is.
Whose idea was this?
I know, right? Well, this is why it's often been said that Earth is a school. And that's for sure. Like I said, it's only for brave souls. Not every soul decides to come back to Earth, but obviously there's a lot, because there's a lot of people, and it keeps growing. So more and more souls are coming to Earth, which is needed. So, and the problem is too, is that these souls aren't learning, because look at all the hatred, all the it's happening. So that's telling me that these souls they're coming back, and yeah.
I have a question though. How does that fit into, how do star seeds fit into that? Are they souls, or are they energy? Are they aliens? Because I was under the impression, from what I've learned, that star seeds are energy beings from another dimension.
That's a whole different thing. That's a whole different.
It's a whole different show. Okay, my bad. We'll do that next time.
Yeah, we can do that next. Yeah, there's no star seeds in heaven or the other side. That's a whole other. They go to a whole different thing, and they have a whole different thing. That's why, people. And then star seeds, where part of star seeds can reincarnate here, but when they die, they don't go to the other side. They're beyond that. They go somewhere else.
I'm not going to the other side.
No, you're gonna go somewhere else. Yeah, because you're above that. The other side, you get to a certain point. It's for and then.
All right. Well, I just get to see the other side at your house, so that's good enough.
Yes, Mary, it counts. That's what you're here for. You're here to being better. And once you succeed, and your teachings, and you go through all your contracts and everything's, you're good. Yes, then you proceed. Then you're free. Basically, and you can decide: do you want to come back? You want to do this again, or are you done with your teachings and you want to do this, or you do have choices. And you can also bail out, like I said, suicides. There's no punishment for suicides. You'll get a you're not going to get a praise when you come back, but you're not going to get in trouble either. You'll just we got to send you back, so
we got to send you back, so you're going to do it again.
Exactly. So and that's what happens with suicides. I think a lot of people just aren't ready to come back, and then they come, and that's why they feel that feeling. Suicides don't want to die, they just they want the pain to stop. Right. And it depends on what kind of pain it is. And so, but so it's kind of interesting. Because you, like the angels they're even talking to me now, but they're saying you do have to explain certain things, why certain things didn't work out, is what they're saying. Like, you have to explain why it didn't work out.
Okay. You're kind of sent to the principal's office anyway, but
Exactly. Well, because you sign up for it. It's like you picked this, you signed up for it, you didn't achieve it, so you have to go back. You have to finish what you start. That's one thing
Right.
they do make you do. You can't just void it and say, okay, you
I'm
have
going
to
to void
follow
this
through.
contract. I'd like to see a manager, please.
Who's your supervisor? That's what that'd be me. I want to see the
I
supervisor.
want to speak to a
I want
supervisor
to see
right
your
now.
boss. Yeah. But yeah, it's just, that's, anyone have any other questions or?
Mary's got a question.
Okay.
SSD is Stephen Drew.
Okay. Well, if his karmic debt was paid, then he can come back as do something else, or he can stay and do whatever he wants to do. There wants to be a teacher, wants to be a guide, wants to be a farmer. It just depends on. There's different things up there.
I get that, Lynn, because I work in mental health, you know that. But his contract for some reason said that that's what he had to do when he was here. He had to fulfill that contract, and we don't know the reason.
No, we never know. It's a sucky part. But
Yeah, we don't know the reason. And if they end that contract by taking their life early, that doesn't mean they're going to hell.
No.
Like she said, it means they're going back, and they have to explain why, and they have to do it again. Well, they have to sign another contract, which may or may not be the same. But there's a reason you have a contract. There's a reason you have suffering.
You learn to experience it.
Right.
It's going to elevate your soul in some way, because whatever you want, like I want to be ascended master. So I imagine I've done a lot of suffering in my lifetimes, and I'm sure there's lots more, but it's required to be that. If I didn't want to be that, then I probably would be done. But obviously I'm not, since I'm still here.
I'm confused about this question.
No, I understand this one, actually. Yes, I can answer this one. So yeah, absolutely. Our soul can actually fragment. We can have some of the soul can stay on the other side, and some of the soul can actually reincarnate. And also, you do get to see your loved ones when you cross. Well, eventually, you may not see them right when you die, depending on how old you are. But there are no accidents. That's just another thing. We know when we're going to die, and God knows. Everyone signs up for it, and that car accident was meant to happen. Believe me, I mean, it's hard to sometimes fathom and many questions. Trust me, but the angel told me there are there's no soul ever leaves here without them knowing. It doesn't work that way, because they have to come get that soul before it passes. So obviously they know. So yeah, it's timed right. Another thing too, when we're in heaven, angels just reminded me, you're always in your 30s. It doesn't matter if you die if you're 2 or if you die when you're 92. And the other side, you're in your 30s.
I looked really good when I was in my 30s too, man.
Yeah, me too. I'm really excited about
awesome.
that.
Yeah. Yeah.
No one knows why. I've asked why. Why 30s? And I've never really got an answer for that. But hey, I'll take it.
I'll take it. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm like reading Lynn's long comment there. Like,
yeah. That's interesting. That's interesting.
Yeah, no, it really is.
Was that like his timer? Maybe he knew.
Maybe. Some people
maybe, do know. That was part of his contract that you have until this is gone.
Yeah, it could be. That way he knew. Maybe he wanted to know. Last time he didn't know, and it pissed him off. And he's like, I want to know this time. They're like, okay, all you do is ask. And just ask. That's one thing I've learned here on Earth. So you don't know till you ask. So when you're on the other side, ask. Remember that. Katrina said to ask. I'm asking.
I'm asking. I would like to know. I will talk to y'all later. We're going to have this conversation. He believed it was
That's
his
interesting.
hourglass, so to speak. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. That's interesting, Lynn. That's really cool. I'll have to add
Yeah.
that too. Yeah, that's nice. At least you got to. So I think too, it's a blessing to meet people like that, right? So that's why we always got to remember them, even though we miss them. But it was nice to know them, and you'll see them again. You will see him again. And our bodies might change a little bit, but our souls don't. Our personality, that's who we are. That never changes. So yeah, if you're a SOB in this
I was gonna say,
lifetime,
so if you're an asshole, you're always an asshole. That's not right.
unfortunately, that's how it is. Unless you do go through some major things, healings. Maybe at that point, that person really needs to go into the healing room. But yeah, I've learned that yeah, our personalities stay the same. Our likes, our dislikes, will stay the same.
Oh, but we're not like, we don't stay an asshole. I mean, we're supposed to learn the lesson of not being an asshole.
Right. Well, it depends on why maybe you're not an asshole. Maybe just people around you don't like it or think you are. But
Yeah.
being it just depends, I guess. But yeah, I've dealt with some kind of dicky spirits even dicky angels. As I've told you before, some of the angels are real dicks, But just because we judge is a thing too. We have
Sure.
judgment, and there's no judgment over there. So
Ah.
yeah. You know what? They say that your birthmark symbolizes how you died in your last life. I have one on my back that looks like a bat. So I was either probably shot or stabbed in my last lifetime. I'm not sure. God, I ain't an asshole. Sure about that?
Yes. Maybe we should consult the angels on that one, Facebook user.
It's probably Nova. She would say something
I
like
know
that.
it's Nova. It's got to be Nova. And you're not an asshole.
Hell no.
Hell to the no.
No.
I don't remember. I probably have seen your birthmark, but I don't recall.
I've seen it. I think it's on her neck. I think Lynn's is on her neck. Am I right?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I can't remember. But
I can't either, but I can't remember what I had for lunch yesterday. I'm just making sure I'm not burning the house down, because there is a candle burning behind me. You can see there's a candle burning behind me.
Yes.
Yes, your language is absolutely okay. Have you
Have
have
you
heard
heard me?
both of
At
us
least there. Yeah.
drop
No,
the F
Jill.
bomb at least 3
Yeah.
times tonight?
No, Jill, I agree. Your husband definitely, he doesn't deserve you.
Yeah, Jill is a sweetheart.
For
Yeah,
sure.
we love her.
Mm-hmm. She really
Um,
is.
yes, let me know if you see flames. I've already lit the corner of the in
Karen?
case you missed it, Deidre. I was lighting the Palo Santo with my little torch, and I'm thinking to myself as I'm doing it, wow, it would really suck. It'd be my luck to light the corner of these lottery tickets on fire and burn the winning lottery ticket. And I lit the corner of the lottery tickets on my manifestation plate on fire, but I was able to put them out. So in my mind, that means that, one of those is the winning ticket. So yeah.
I
We
hope
got
it
that.
is. I
Oh,
really
rope
did.
marks or burns. So
Yeah. Hung,
you were
probably.
hung, man.
Yeah.
Damn. Hi, Facebook user.
Hi.
Let us know who you are. Your name is not showing up. Facebook user, I have a strawberry on my arm. It's not visible anymore, but the soft spot is still there. I have an intense fear of snakes. I think I had a traumatic experience.
For
Possibly.
sure. Absolutely. I have a
Absolutely.
fear of driving, and I've never had an automobile accident in this lifetime. So I think it transpires from previous, lifetime where I died horribly. And same with heights. I'm terrified of heights. I can't even stand on a chair without my knees buckling. So I'm
Same.
sure, yeah, I'm sure in a past lifetime I fell very far.
Yeah. Deidre, absolutely. I got on here with her and I was like, I'm trying to manifest all this cool shit. Nothing happening, but man, I think I'm gonna light these on fire. Boom, it happens. Because fire's my thing. So maybe I need to start burning shit down. I don't know. I need to start burning more shit. Hi, Debbie.
Hi, Debbie.
Yeah, Lynn has a lot of hair, so we missed it. She has very thick, curly hair. So yeah, I don't remember seeing it, to be honest, Lynn. It's possible we had a conversation about it when we were all together, but it's also possible that I just forgot. Your daughter was born with a V in her forehead, like a strawberry.
Well, fairies will leave marks. That was
Mhm.
always a thing back in the day when kids would have these weird birthmarks, especially strawberry marks. And they always said that it was a fairy kissing or, marking them. So maybe your daughter is a changeling.
Yeah, who
That's a
knows?
whole other show there.
Hey, Lynn, don't be putting my secrets out there. I do it enough. Yes, Deidre, if you watch any of my rituals, which I know you have seen my live rituals, I am always burning shit. I'm just trying to not burn the house down, okay?
Yeah. I almost did that myself. I lit a candle yesterday and I put some lemongrass in it, and I thought, oh, that smells good. It's a little bit, I thought, oh, that smells fantastic. I'm like, what's better than a little bit of lemongrass? A
A
lot of
lot of
lemongrass.
lemongrass.
I had a flame coming out of my candle holder, like whoosh, and I was trying to blow it out. Really, it was like it turned my whole glass all black. It was holding the candle, and it was hot.
Like me over here lighting lottery tickets on fire. What the hell's wrong with us?
Oh, it's fire. It's cleansing.
It is important, Lynn. You are important, and it's interesting to have that conversation. Yeah, Deidre, if you need to know about the Fae, this lady right here is the resident expert.
No, yeah, we've
anything
had a
you want to know. We're gonna have to do another show on fairies, I guess, because she is very knowledgeable. She works with them. I need to come get some more gnomes because my garden this year is shit. The gnomes have not come back.
Yeah, they might not have. Yeah, you might have to.
No, I have a groundhog, and it had a baby under my shed. They live in my backyard. The birds are back, the squirrels are back, but my elementals have not come back. And my tomato plants are the most pitiful things you've ever seen. I've gotten like 2 tomatoes that are the size of like a little bigger than a pea. It's so fucking pitiful.
We'll do a ritual to call them back. We'll do a thing to call them back.
Yeah, we need to, because I tried and it just didn't work. So my original gnomes, who were so amazing, I got them from Katrina's. I just gave them some liquor and we were they were buds. They hitched a ride to my house. It was awesome. So yeah, we need to do that again because I really miss them. I just bought that awesome fairy house. Did I send you the picture?
Yes.
It actually lights up, so it's on the patio. When I get the bird bath painted, I'm gonna do like a whole fairy garden thing. I've already got it. I just ordered 11 pounds of mixed agate rock, and that is going to be my base.
Nice.
It's going to go all on the ground.
We should wait till you get that done.
I just have such a vision of what it's going to look like, and I probably won't get to it till fall because you know what? It's fucking hot out.
No, it is. It's crazy.
I don't want to do shit outside right now, but I have like this huge vision of how
better.
I'm excited.
Better. It's better in the fall, anyways. You get much more. Yeah.
And you guys realize it is July 19th. We have about 5 weeks of summer left, and we go into fall. Halloween stuff is already in the stores.
Oh yeah.
I've been shopping for Halloween stuff for like a week and a half. Well, since July 4th, and it's insane. So let's start getting ready for fall because that's my jam.
And that's what I'm excited for. It's mine too.
An angel wing birthmark on their chest in the same spot. Yeah. And you had that on your stomach. That's amazing. That is way cool.
Yeah, you shared that with them.
Yeah. She might freaking be. I have no idea. Did I miss a comment, Deidre? I'm not sure. She hates me. Who hates you? I'm totally lost, love. Beauty marks. I have beauty marks all over me. I have big beauty marks. I have no birthmarks. So I don't know what that means either.
I'll bet all you girls, you guys have a beauty mark right here on your wrist. Everyone look at your wrist. I think it's the left one, but you can look at your
Left.
right. See if you have a beauty mark on your left, right here, right where I'm pointing at. So there's a little tiny beauty mark. I have
Yep,
one
right there.
right
Right
here.
there.
Yep. Yep. I bet you all do.
Oh, I have one on the right and the left. I have
Oh,
one on the
nice.
right and the left.
I
It's
don't have
very
one.
tiny and very faint.
Well, there you go.
What does
Yeah.
that mean?
I don't really know. I just know that it's very common for women to have a beauty mark. They say it's like a sign of a witch, or it's a sign of someone very spiritual. Um, yeah. So, but I'll take it.
There you go. There you go. It's
It's
all
very
good.
common. I see that in a lot of women, and a lot of women have that mark in that place, and it's kind of weird. So it's got to mean something.
So when do we cry? Do our
Yeah,
loved ones?
absolutely.
I'm confused.
They
Is that
feel
like
us.
a typo?
Yeah, they feel us for sure. And yeah, and they'll come to see us, but the problem is we can't see them because we cried their candle out, so we can't feel or see them. But yeah, they know they can feel us, especially when you go to cemeteries. Cemeteries, like it's like working a telephone. We're very in tune with our bodies. Well, we're in them for so long. So when their bodies are buried, we can feel vibration. We can feel something weird. We know somebody's nearby where we're buried. And then we can go there and see who's visiting us and who's, it's kind of cool. Well, it's not so much they're choosing a life full of pain. They're choosing a life full of
learning.
Overcoming. Yes, learning, growth. It's not the pain that we're wanting, it's the growth we get from it. I know it's hard to understand. It really is, but we do. We choose it because it gives us the greatest teaching. So that when we go to the other side, we level up. We become teachers.
And that's the goal. Yeah. It's kind of like on Earth, you want to be the CEO. And
right.
It's the same thing spiritually. You want to, but it takes lifetimes, not like one lifetime on Earth is hundreds of lifetimes in the spiritual world. Jill, what happened was I had a vortex in my yard and it corrupted all my elementals and my fairies, and they had to be removed by someone way more powerful than me. But Katrina and her friend Sean assisted, and they closed the portal, but they had to banish all of my corrupted elementals and fae to another dimension. So my yard was like a big black void for like a long time. I mean, the animals wouldn't come back. It was not even birds. I had nothing. And it was really, really sad. And I called them back and the animals came back, but my fae have not come back. So we need to definitely do something about that.
Yeah, they will eventually. But yeah, I have a prayer we can do that. We'll call them in and you can give them we'll definitely get them back. They'll come back. We'll get them back. Oh, good. You can I'm doing a Lionsgate meditation on this page.
Yeah, Deidre, if you have not joined the Metaphysical Parlor, that is Katrina's page.
Yeah.
Definitely join. It is just strictly like spiritual stuff. No, no ads, no selling. I think I'm the only one that's allowed to sell stuff on there. Because I special.
You're the only one. Yep.
I love you. But yeah, it's not even, it's more for like things like this. And Katrina's there. She posts the most amazing things. I steal them all the time. And just save them. I never use them. I just save them in my computer because I'm like, someday I'm going to use this. This is so awesome. And she does, we both do rituals on, Sabbats, new moon, full moon, but we make sure we do them at different times because I never want to miss hers because hers are amazing. And her Lionsgate portal thing is like changed my life. Really. I mean, literally. Your first Lionsgate portal was the most amazing experience beyond all the other amazing experiences I've had with you. So you definitely do not want to miss that. I'm marked my calendar. I'm going to take a day off of work if I have to. I'm not missing it. I watch the replays on some shit, but not that, man. I'm going to be there for that.
It's powerful. It's a good one. Thank you.
Oh my God. It's so powerful. And I remember the first year you did it, I'm going to throw you under the bus because I love you. The first year you did it, it was the most amazing experience. Last year, you lost a page of your notes. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, wait, she's done, but we're not done. And I'm remembering from the year before, and I'm finishing it in my head. And I'm like, okay, I know there's more. I know what comes next. So I just literally sat there and finished it in my head.
I was so mad. It was the fairies.
I know.
But I got it all. I have it all ready. I made sure everything's together.
Good.
Ready. Yeah, I was so mad because I was going through and I'm like, oh my God.
What did I do? And it just got like really quiet. And I'm like, oh no. Something's wrong.
Like, what do I do? What do I do?
But you kind of winged it through to the end. You're like, and you ended it, and it's just like, I'm like, but there's more. And the video ended, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna finish it in my head.
Yeah, the only one that knew is people like you that have done it before, but everyone else, they had no idea.
Yeah, everybody else was like, oh my God, that was so awesome. And I'm like, oh my God, it's not done yet. What do you mean?
I know. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so upset.
Staring at you in text and hot, hold my beer. I have no idea what that means, Mary, but it's funny. What did I do?
The Texans hot.
It's hot. It's hot everywhere.
No, it's definitely hotter in the Midwest and West. They're looking at 108, 110 degrees.
Oh so, yeah, we're like in the upper 80s, and I'm whining.
I know, right? Yeah.
I'm like, yeah. Hello, Enyo. Enyo has joined us yet again.
Oh, how is she doing?
From mommy.
Yeah. Good.
Somebody's got a freckle.
I have some freckles on my face. I have a beauty mark on my face.
Yeah, I don't what is this?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because it's just in my opinion, the body is just a shell that houses the energy of our spirit.
It doesn't matter,
like Katrina said, the spirit's gone before the soul, the spirit, whatever you're gonna call it, is gone before the body dies.
Right. But yeah, because I have my cremated ashes of my mother and father-in-law, and yeah, every time I move it, I'm always like, sorry. Don't come here. I'm just moving them around.
Not calling you, just cleaning, dusting.
Pick it up. Come see me right now.
Yep.
Oh, for sure. Like I said, I'm always learning myself. Trust me. I mean, when I first started learning from my mentors about what happens to us after death, you learn about, you go through this life review, which, I can see, but then it's explained much more to me throughout the years and really what that means. It's like, we don't sit there in front of a movie theater and watch our whole life play out in front of us. We know most of it. We were there, but we go through moments of time where we needed to fix something that we didn't fix. And then we have to explain, well, why didn't you do this at this point? And that kind of stuff. That's basically what the life review is. When you dishonor a contract or check out early or whatever.
Here's the link, Deidre. I just posted it in the comments for you.
Awesome. Thanks, Karen. It's a fun group.
I was supposed to post something else. What was I supposed to post?
About the book.
The book. Okay. That was it. That was it. It's right behind me.
The book.
I am doing it as we speak.
But it is interesting, and I think it's comforting to know. Like my mom, like I've told her, she's asked me. We've talked about what's going to happen when she goes. Who's going to be there for her? Because I feel my mom's. She's definitely coming back, but she's definitely a newer soul, and so. But it gives her comfort. I can see her not worry so much, and stuff. And she's kind of like she's Catholic, so she definitely, I told her Jesus will be there for her. Well, thank you, Shelley. Yes, Shelley did tell me that. It was still amazing, even though I didn't
It
have.
was. Oh, it was. But I just knew there was more. So I'm just like, I can't stop. I know there's another step to this, and I have to do it because that's, to me, was like a really important part. So
It
now
was an
I'm like,
important part. It was the end. It was like,
I
what do you do
know
next?
it was pretty important because I'm like, I
It
know what
was
I need to do this, but I'm just like
like,
happy that I remembered it, you
yeah,
know.
and so I was trying to remember it, like, and remember what I wrote, remember, and try to kind of improvise. But yeah, it'll be good.
It'll be
Yeah,
amazing. It'll be awesome.
for sure. It's a perfect time because when that portal's open, it's just so intense. So it's perfect time for our souls to get some wonderful downloads. I know I'm excited for Halloween. I'm excited for fall. I'm
So, oh
excited for
my
Christmas.
God. Is there a way to turn the word captions off? That would be in your settings of
Oh,
Facebook. I think when you turn, I think at least on my Facebook, if I have my sound off, I get captions. As soon as I turn the sound back on, the captions go away. But I believe, let me go back to my thing because they're I see them. They're there right now.
sometimes these captions are nice because I do watch some shows, and I have the volume off so I don't disturb my husband while he's sleeping, and I can read. It's funny because sometimes the captions aren't exactly what the person's saying because I can tell when
Right, right,
I'm
right.
but I know what it means.
Yeah, I know what it should be, so they're not exactly the same. But no, I
Yeah.
guess I'm incorrect. I don't know how to turn them off, and I apologize. But I know that mine. Yeah, Jill, we've been seeing you for a while. We've been seeing you the whole time. Oh, they cover people's questions. I'm sorry. Can you make your screen bigger? Can you do like full screen? That might make it work better.
Yeah, it should because the caption should be up high. It should be up around our
Yeah, because like
faces.
I'm looking at mine
They should
and
be
the
like
word
somewhere in
captions are
here.
right under our, or the words are right under our picture,
Yeah,
and the questions are to the left at the bottom. I can see them
right.
completely, but I'm on a
Yeah.
computer, not my phone.
Yeah, maybe that makes a difference. I'm
That
on my
might make a
computer.
difference. And at that point, I'm technically like the least abled person in the room. I have trouble using the app
No,
when I go to
no, that's
McDonald's. I'm like, what do
me.
I do?
No, I'm the same way. Yeah, I
I
don't know
just have
anything.
no clue whatsoever.
I'm like,
Um,
help me. I get my husband helps, and yeah,
yeah,
I don't know.
I'm not technically very, people think
No,
I am. They ask me for help. I'm like, if you know less than me, I feel bad for you. I feel really,
yeah,
really bad for you.
we're in trouble.
All right, Shelly sent me a picture. Where did you send the picture, Shelly? Did you send it to Facebook? Sorry, I'm looking. Yeah. Yeah, that's because you're on a phone. That's absolutely because you're on a phone. And your screen is so small it just shrinks everything. But on a
Yeah,
computer, it's fine. But I honestly don't know. I honestly don't know how to fix that.
me
Oh,
neither.
I have a gnat. One gnat.
Maybe it's a fairy.
No, it's a gnat. Gnats are so bad this year. I don't know if anybody else has noticed. They're just so bad. They're bad in the workplace. They're bad in my house. And I'm super careful because I don't dig gnats at all.
Yeah.
And yeah, they somehow ended up in my house. Oh, my fingers are so swollen. My rings won't come off.
Oh, that sucks. That hurts.
Oh, that's so bad. I'm like, and it just happens like out of nowhere. Like one
Yeah.
minute I'm fine. The next minute, oh, you're not getting
Yeah.
these off.
No, you have
So bad.
sausages for
So sorry.
fingers.
We are way past our time again. We are at 8:30. So we've gone a half hour over. So
Yeah.
the time has come to say goodbye, my friends.
Yep. I hope everyone liked the show and learned something. And
Oh, there you go. Amanda said, turn your phone sideways. It'll make the whole thing bigger. That might actually work. I love you, Mary. Thank you so much. We appreciate you being
thank
here.
you.
Deidre, I'm so glad you joined. We will approve.
Yeah.
You just asked to join the Metaphysical Parlor. We will absolutely approve that. We do this every week, Deidre. That's, I put it on that page and I invite everybody and they completely ignore it. We're not trying to sell anything.
No.
Occasionally we talk about stuff we have or our services, but we're here just for information. This is free to
Mhm.
everyone.
Yeah.
Invite friends. We're here just to help people learn.
Mhm.
We absolutely enjoy you as well. Thank you so much. Um, God, you guys are awesome. Oh my
I
goodness,
know.
I feel good.
I love it.
It is, and that's why we do it. We don't make any
For
money off of this,
sure.
guys. We do it,
No.
we
We
do it.
do it
This is,
for you.
I come home after work and do this. She's been doing her stuff all day, and we do it because we absolutely love you guys and we want to share the knowledge.
Oh, you're welcome, Billy. Yeah, absolutely. That's just it. It gets rid of fear. That's what I want to get rid of.
Knowledge is power.
Knowledge is
And
power.
Jill, thank you. Sorry, Shelly, that it did not work. I don't know what to tell you.
Like,
Deidre, so glad you got to hop on. Now that you are a member of Metaphysical Parlor, it's a replay. It stays up for 30
yep,
days. Just
yep.
just like any of the rituals that we do on Purple Moon Sanctuary, which I'm pretty sure you follow, or on Metaphysical Parlor, anything that we do stays up for 30 days. You're welcome to watch it. You can't share stuff from her page because it's private, but everything is on both pages. You can share from my page. So if you know somebody that needs the information or the rituals, go to Purple Moon Sanctuary and you can absolutely share. So good night, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. We appreciate you.
Absolutely.
We are glad that we validated. That is so important. Katrina validates me all the time. I call her and she's like, "You already know." I'm like, "But I need validation." It's a beautiful thing. So we all love you. We love you. Good night. Thank you so much. We'll see you next week.
Yep.
Love you.